Good morning, YouTube. It's Jester's Dead, dealing with a little bit of insomnia this morning, so I thought I'd throw together a quick video since I'm up at the butt crack of dawn. Today we're doing Mount and Blade Warband with the Florist mod. I was talking to a friend of mine on Steam yesterday, and I was playing Mount and Blade, and I was talking about some strategy in the game, namely Cavalry. I use typically all cavalry, and I'll show you why, because it absolutely owns. In the Florist mod right now, in this save that I have, I'm using the vanilla troops. That's just what I used on this save. I had just downloaded the mod. I think on my next save I'll probably end up using the expanded unit trees and all that stuff, but right now I'm just using vanilla mods, or vanilla units, excuse me, with the other enhancements of the Florist mod. But I will give you a quick rundown of what I had going on. Okay, so if you are familiar with Mount and Blade, you'll see that this is the world map. All of the little towns and cities here are owned by the various kingdoms in the game. The red kingdom is me. I started this game and I decided, because normally you would start in one of these other kingdoms, just a random dude, and you become a vassal to one of the kings, which makes you sort of a minor noble. You get a little bit of land, and you work for him basically. But I said, screw that. I'm starting out, and I'm breaking off and doing my own thing. And I just raised an army on my own and just started capturing places. And as you can see, all the red, I've actually done pretty well for myself so far. It's pretty difficult in the beginning. Everybody decided they didn't like me very much when I just started, taking over cities and whatnot. Completely eliminated the Nords from the game, and then one of their rogue armies that I didn't destroy actually managed to come down here and capture some real estate from somebody else, so they're back in now. But anyway, I was talking to my friend on Steam about strategies for breaking off and starting your own kingdom. And I was mentioning how great the cavalry armies are, like all cavalry. And I fired up Fraps to try and record a battle, not really expecting to encounter like a massive group of troops. But to my surprise, the first group I encountered was about 500 mixed units. And my force was only about, I think it was just over 200. Unfortunately, I didn't have my microphone set up at the time, so I wasn't able to do like live commentary, which is always a little better. But I'll try to do a little bit of voiceover and just kind of let the video, you just see for yourself. So here we go. So, as you see here, my troops are 226, and the enemy's 465 units. You can kind of see I have about 100 Swadian knights, and of which it's only letting me bring about 50 of them into battle. Typically what I do in a battle, because I use all cavalry, is I'll have my troops hold position pretty close to the start, depending on the terrain and all that, and then I ride out solo while the enemy force is setting up, and I try to headhunt their leader, because one, it pisses them off and they start chasing me around. Two, because sometimes they'll set up in their little formations and they'll just hang back and wait. As you can see right here, I'm charging in with my lance. Booyah! and I killed the wrong guy. He was not the leader. He was just one of their knights. So yeah, I'm looping around. Typically what happens when you smoke their leader, it makes them really angry, and half of them will start to chase you, and the other half will press on towards your line. And I use this to my advantage. I distract half the group, leading them around while my army dispatches the other group. Here you can see I'm locked in, and bingo, took out the leader. My lance, or my pole arm skill is quite high, so usually one good hit. If I hit them square, they're pretty much done. And then the rest of the video is pretty much me just riding around, taking targets of opportunity. My troops are engaged right now. I told them to charge, so I'm just running around lancing people and just having a bloody good time. One thing to point out, if you're unfamiliar with the lance in this game, is there's two different ways to attack with the lance. You can do couched lance, or you can just thrust. Couched is like right here, you can see the lance is down and I'm just riding around. If I were to ride into an enemy and aim the lance at him, it would take him out. It does massive damage. Like that wasn't it. Or the other method is to thrust the lance. There's advantages to both. As you can see right here, I'm regrouping because if you let your cavalry get all mixed up and groups start to respawn right in the middle, and it just it gets ugly. So I'll take out a group, and then I'll have my troops reform, get a good line, and get them prepped up for another charge. But basically, if you're doing the thrusting with the lance, you can attack much faster. But in the time, you have to time it just right for when you're charging. Otherwise, you won't do very much damage. But when you, like, that was a couched attack right there. It does massive damage, but you can't do another couched attack for several seconds. Usually you'll only get one kill on a pass, whereas if you're just thrusting with the lance, you can typically get several kills in one run. But here we go, we're coming around. I'm regrouping my forces again because another group has spawned. One of the great things about this game is you can pretty much play however you want to play. Like you see here, I just switched to my sword. You know, being a cavalry, you don't have to use a lance if you don't want to. You can run around hacking and slashing with your sword. You can be a horse archer and use a bow and arrow. There's a million different ways you can play, and you don't really have to do anything special to play it a certain way. You just start doing it, and you rank up. You know, your skills improve, and you start doing more damage. You know, it's a great game. It gives you a lot of flexibility in play style. You can see, let's see, what do I got going on here? Yep, I'm switched to the sword. I'm trying to get my sword skill up a little higher. Trying to break 250 on the sword. I think my polearm skill is crazy high, like 260, 270. I don't know. It's ridiculously high because it's practically all I used for the early part of the game. But my sword skill's getting there. I think it's 230-ish, somewhere in that area. It takes a while, but you know, you get plenty of opportunity in pretty much every battle. Here we go. Looks like I'm regrouping again, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is where I kind of screw up. Yeah, this is it. I regrouped my forces, and I ran into the enemy line solo. I'm just trying to kind of aggravate them and buy some time for my troops to get set up. And running around, I'm feeling pretty cocky. And then I get knocked off my horse. Uh-oh. Yeah, this is not where you want to be. I just got taken off my horse, and I am completely surrounded by enemies. I've given my cavalry the order to charge, so I've got reinforcements on the way, but I have to fight my way back to them. My shield just got broken, so I'm down to my backup shield. Yeah, and luckily, as I said, cavalries are fast, so they're already here helping me out. Got a wall of horses to hide behind. But I continue the attack on foot. You know, it's not as good because you know, on horseback you get a much better view of the battlefield, and obviously you're more mobile. But the tactics really aren't going to change. Regrouping my forces for another push, for another charge. And I'm leading the charge, so to speak, on foot. And I'm trying to get some kills here, but when you get 50 pissed off knights that are just trying to wreck shit behind you, it's hard to get in between all these forces. And as you can see by the kill scroll on the bottom left corner there, they are absolutely wrecking shit. They do not mess around. Yeah, they're giving them business. I'm having them regroup one more time, and then this last push, I'm pretty much going to have them pinned all the way back to where their reinforcements spawn in. So this will be the last regrouping and cavalry charge. The rest of the battle is just free for all, pushing them back, and you know, I'm on foot in there trying to help out. Do what I can, splitting some domes with my sword, having some fun. Pretty much all the way to the end here. And this one's in the bag. Look at me, I'm a bloody mess. So yeah, the Swadian knights are pretty insane. As you can see, I only lost 2 knights, and a handful were wounded. I killed almost 450 enemy troops. I killed 60-something myself. So yeah. And I was able to capture their king as well. So, Swadian Cavalry. Insanity. Well, thanks for watching, YouTube. Jester's dead, and we'll see you again soon.